Beerus, my lord, is there something you wish to say?
Here it comes.
Warning. This is a global blackout. Testing the left speaker. Left. Testing the right speaker. Right. round successfully recovered. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that's me, the HNIC.
Ooh-wee, what it do, y'all? Once again, it's your boy King Kurt live. And welcome back to the Head Nerds in Charge. We missed you. Did you miss us? I like to think so. We took the last couple days off, a little bit sporadic, because we had BlurredCon and life and nerd shit, and we weren't sober, and life, and we really weren't sober, and we really weren't sober
at all. I got injury to prove it.
Yeah, we had to recover from all of our drunken debauchery and salacious actions at our Bible conference at BlurredCon.
I know, right?
It's beautiful.
A lot of
Everybody was
It really
screaming,
was.
it was screaming out, "Oh God, oh God, oh God."
I mean, I may have a couple times. Oh,
Wow. This is why we're here. But as always, we're not going to leave you in the lurch for too long. We pull back up on you on our regular late time of 8:30-ish. Now it's 9-ish. But
8:30 Midwest, you know.
yeah. It's
back to be 9-ish because it never fully stopped.
Wow. You know, considering the topic for tonight, I'm gonna gingerly walk this path because the last time this didn't go so well.
Is that why the men all on one side?
Look, I need somebody to protect me.
Against Teffy, I love Teffy.
Yeah, that's the main one. That's the ringleader, nigga. You got to cover.
Teffy. We bonded in the heat.
Oh,
for Demon Slayer.
I was in Bible study together too. All right.
Yeah, you know how it is in church. You got that church fan.
No, I don't know what it is in church.
It was hot. It was hot.
It got hot in the tub. All right, y'all. Listen, y'all already know what it is. Let's get to these introductions. Today is we would come back to it's a lot. There's a lot of shit happening in the world. We ain't had a real heavy episode in a little minute, not since Quiet on Set. Really, did we tackle I try to avoid
the
politics.
Man versus Bear.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That's where niggas got cussed out.
Yeah.
But to me, that's viral. That's culture. We don't like to dabble too heavily into politics, but man, the culture is no longer two old white men vying for the most powerful position on earth. We got a sister up in there. Now we have to pay attention. Not that we didn't have to pay attention before, but the game has changed. And this is episode 296. We're only 4 away from 300. Protect Black women.
Yeah.
And this transcends multiple ideologies of what that means. How do we do it? In some instances, we're going to talk about some shit that's a little tough to talk about. And there were some police shootings again of a young Black woman. Well, I'm not sure of her age, but I'm going to say she's young.
36.
Oh wow, yeah, a young Black woman who life was snuffed out unnecessarily, in my opinion, from what I've seen in the video. And we're going to talk about Kamala Harris, and then we're going to talk about the personal experiences of those Black women here on the panel. When we start talking about protect Black women, what that looks like, how Black men can support, and how we can support even on this political theater and on the grand scheme of things, as well as locally. So we got a few things that we're going to delve into, but first thing we're going to jump into is these introductions. BK, you have a penis, so wait. First and foremost,
I don't mind for this episode.
Listen, I ain't saying shit.
See my hoodie, right? I'm on their side.
All right. First and foremost, let's get to these introductions. Holding it down for the UNAB, pulling up more and more on these HNIC branded shows and giving her own je ne sais quoi to our content, a little dash of brightness. And don't shake your head. I didn't say nothing colorist yet.
I didn't say anything.
Teffy Wonder's complexion twin. Please, by all means, introduce yourself.
What up, though, everybody? It is Britt, your favorite butter pecan baddie. Okay.
Butter pecan's kind of stretching it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Banana pudding. Wafer,
it is summertime. It is summertime.
Light pancake batter before it's cooked.
Damn.
Okay. Anyway, the EP of UNAB taking over HNIC all weekend long. Catch us on Fridays for trivia, Saturdays for Blurred Trap House and Black Girl Confidential, and Sunday for Anime Court. We out here. Period.
They definitely out here. As always, our favorite geek and freak. She rises from the ashes like a phoenix. Our Disney villain aficionado and just all around dope Black girl. LJ, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I am your part-time geek, part-time freak, full-time villain here. Yeah, I made it, and I got liquor today. Is this a liquor day?
This is definitely a liquor episode. A liquor. What's good, Ma? Happy that you pulled up. What's up, Jazz? We appreciate you showing love. Definitely pull up on Fridays right before trivia. Jazz and Jazz. The Nymphs show is exceptional, especially for our book readers. We got a little bit of everything for you here on the HNIC network. Recently cast, adding to the fact that this is one of the most dynamic, not even woman of color, just women, period, that I know. She absolutely can do anything she puts to her mind, and even the ability to occasionally shut me the fuck up. The sultriest voice in the game, the voice that'll make you moist. Foxy Roxy, talk to him.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Foxy Roxy, aka The Voice. Happy to be here this evening around all this beautiful melanin in this room. Hello.
We out here. Ma said he was waiting on Targussi last night. Yeah, life.
Sorry.
Yeah, We doing it Thursday, Ma. We bumped it to Thursday.
Listen. I'm a mother first, okay? My baby is.
It's okay. It's all right. Even I think Teffy's gonna go see Deadpool tomorrow. So no matter what, I'll hold it down, and I'll find somebody to come on here and help me pronounce these hard ass names.
Hard.
We gonna talk about that past episode, even though it was the lowest rated House of the Dragon episode this season. We'll get into that a little bit later.
I know why we know it's low rated, but okay.
Yeah, big facts. Because niggas taking over dragons, but that's the whole other conversation. I'm just glad C Smoke is a real one. He said, obey C Smoke. He said, nigga, please.
C Smoke, old nigga.
And if you don't get this Confederate out my face, anyway, holding it down in the Midwest. When I tell you this brother right here, he is absolutely flip-flopping. He likes to double bag it between the unicorn universe and the HNIC network. If anybody loves a double team, it'd be him. Whether it be from behind or in the front, BK will hold it down on the mic no matter what.
The entendres of this whole introduction.
Yeah, I thought you would appreciate it. I thought you would.
You started with the flip flop. I said, "Wow, listen, okay."
Listen. So why don't he go ahead on and grease up that mic with the sultry voice that he shares on both networks and introduce us?
I had a lot of both action during Blurs, so
we know, nigga. We know.
I was reading both the Old and the New Testament.
Hey,
wow.
You got to read both to get the full content. Them thous and thuses and these got to turn
before
down
some lightning come through this roof, because y'all know for a fact
all the way from Noah to Moses, all the way from Judas to Jesus. I know what you was doing. You was pleasing. Come on, man. Introduce yourself.
All right, it's your boy VKE for life. You're a cosplaying streamer, podcasting actor, jack of all trades, but a master of none. And next month is my month. If you have those Hakuno My Cosplayers Black calendar, you will be seeing me for it's Mr. August for 2024. So get ready to see my face for 31 days on your wall, refrigerator, whatever.
BK, you a Pisces, ain't you?
Hell the fuck no. What the fuck?
Oh, my bad.
I'm a Libra. Sorry,
Libra. That's
I'm that double sign. You just could have gave me an air sign.
Listen, I don't be knowing none of this shit. To be honest with you, I just be saying stuff. I'm like, you a Capri Sun, right, BK? You a Decepticon this month? I don't fucking know. And honestly, I don't really even care. Either way, I think despite where the moon is in equinox and the Mars is in micro braids and that shit.
Mercury.
Speaking of pancake batter, the one that holds. Why'd you look up? Though? You looked up.
We absolutely owned it. Shades of brown. Look at
you
us.
Owned it without owning it. C Smoke would definitely second guess you.
Nah, C Smoke getting her. You see her hair? Oh, she natural. Come on.
You from that northern end of Westeros? I don't know. I don't. You got that Stark blood in you.
Wow. You're so blacker than half these niggas on the show.
Yo, you are blackity black. And the same complexion as our new president, elect for the Democrats. I mean, I don't know if I said that right, but presidential candidate.
Presumptive
Kamala Harris,
nominee.
The vice president of the United States, you mean?
Oh yeah, shit. That y'all the same complexion. I'm gonna hold off on my jokes because this is supposed to be a serious episode and I don't want to get in no trouble. Teffy Wonder as the VP of HNIC. Isn't that great? Forever in a man's shadow. Continue to please do what all you do and holding it down for not only your personal family but the HNIC family. Introduce yourself. Okay, let's get started.
Oh my God, today. What's up, guys? It is at Teffy Wonder here, your wonderful melanated mocha-fied merge on. Happy Wednesdays, beloved. I'm sorry that I missed Targussy. Yesterday, listen, mom's got a mom. As you can see, Britt got the whole baby on her lap right now. Mm-hmm. And listen, sometimes it takes a little bit more than that to keep him satisfied, but I made sure that he would be squared away for bedtime tonight, so I didn't have to miss y'all 2 nights in a row.
I can give you downers.
Oh no. Not for the 9-year-old.
Sure.
There's a reason you don't have children. It's very.
I be trying to drug my 21-year-old nieces just so they shut the fuck up.
You shouldn't say that out loud.
Why can't I feel half my face? Don't worry, baby. Just keep eating that food. Just keep eating that food.
Oh my gosh.
That sound
Damn,
like the new
Tiffany, you
Lifetime
just went
movie.
complete. Look, if she done shut down. Don't shake your head. Just
Anyway.
keep introducing shit.
Any hoodles. Go to our website. Make sure y'all sign up for our email list so you be in the know when we be out the fucking about. We were running all over BlurredCon. Your girl had 3 panels on Saturday. So if I look tired at any point, it was 100 fucking degrees outside and I had 3 panels that day. So
Hot as fucking
shut
shit.
your ass up and say what's up.
Shut your ass up.
Right. But if you trying to like pop out and show niggas, we got the pool party coming up in August. Your girl just bought like a new bathing suit, even though she didn't need one. Because I'm trying to show some titties.
Yes, Lord. That is the whole point.
Listen, this exercise has been exercising. I'm actually like seeing results, so I'm hyped. To get
Anything
outside.
that accentuates the
Yeah, he agreed. He said, "Hey,
he started drooling. That's my nigga.
He looked at that
He saw
poster.
them titties. It was like, yeah,
Yeah. He saw lunch. He said, "Yeah, look at that food right
Yeah,
there."
those the memories I like. God damn
Oh
it.
my.
Look, I'm with him. I'm like, shit.
Back. So our annual pool party this year is going to be August 31st. Are tickets up? Or are they going up soon?
They already up. They've been up.
Oh, they already up. Listen. All right, so get your tickets. I'm not trying to hear no shit. Don't be texting us August 30th. Tell us how can I come to the pool party? Y'all niggas do it every year, and every year I be sick of you.
August 1st, the early bird pricing goes to normal pricing.
Next Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, nigga. So
Yeah.
come on.
It's to give niggas at least a payday on Friday.
I got nothing
The
to do with
tickets
that.
have been up for like a month.
Well, it ain't my payday. My payday this Friday. I'm talking the niggas who get paid next week.
Listen, the niggas who get paid next week should have bought them last week when they got paid.
Oh.
According to
Y'all hear
Microsoft, we might not ever get paid depending on how this thing goes down or up.
All right, some people didn't get paid last week.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
For you niggas who got paid though, make sure y'all pick up some of our merch. Sticker socks, you with it. We got it. Headers in charge. Our merch makes great gifts. Listen, it'll be holiday season before you know it. Get your nerdy base, some nerdy merch. Sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/head nerds in charge. Titties, jokes. Y'all know what the fuck is up.
Titties, jokes, and strokes. Y'all already know what it is. Like Teffy
They're
Wonder
stroking
said.
on the Patreon. I gotta log back in.
Ooh. I mean, I can submit material. I just want 70%.
Listen, I know you got that booty shaking from the last pool party up there. I'm sure.
I want to say, wait, when did you see that video of me? But
Sometimes it's exclusive content. You got to be locked into our Patreon to be able to see all that. Don't worry about it.
Want a cheap chick? Better go down a Freaknik.
Listen, we need you to go ahead on, put that money up and get to that Patreon.
But no, I might come though, y'all. For real, I might come.
I'm pretty sure you tell everybody that.
They come down. Ooh.
You
And does.
Shut up.
I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing it with you today. Listen, y'all, there are no hot topics. This topic was pertinent enough that this is the show. And let's just jump right into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's
How we pick show topics is usually a hodgepodge of what's trending, what's relevant, what we feeling in the moment. Because of what I do for a living, I try to shy away from sharing my personal political opinions. But also, this is important to me. And this is probably one of the most historic, I will say historic, presidential elections ever. It's the first time the first and second oldest white man has ran for president. It's the first time a president has dropped out of an election to allow for a woman of color to run in his stead. It is the first time a woman of color has
Not the first time.
I know about Chisholm. I was just you gonna let me finish? This is the first time a woman of color has raised over $100 million in less than 24 hours for her political campaign. Does that meet with your criteria, Teffy? And now, officially today, Donald Trump is the oldest white man to run for president. Joe Biden just got done with his address to the nation. We have a political branch of HNIC called HNIC North, where we cover politics and whatnot. Here on our show, we try to keep it light and nerdy, but again, something came across my feed that was a little jarring, and I wasn't sure if it was genuine or if it was political theater or was it just new lip service, but I'm gonna play the video and then we're gonna talk about it a bit. Mind you, this is I think his name is Vance Jones. Creamy, thank you for pulling up. And he's discussing how black men feel about Kamala Harris running for president. Here's the video.
You start insulting black women, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. Black men are not going to put up with that. I want to send a warning as clear as I can. I was on a phone call with 20,000 black men. The word protect came up about 1,000 times. Protect this sister. Protect this sister. We're going to protect her. Protect her. You're about to see something you haven't seen before. Look, people messed around with Hillary Clinton and said a bunch of mean stuff to her. Black men set that out. We won't set this out.
Now, with that being said, I want to read this. More than 20,000 black men have signed on to the Win with Black Men call in support of Kamala Harris, organizers say. They've already raised over 130,000 in donations. Roland Martin says over $500,000 have been raised during the 45 minutes. Black men raised almost it's 1 point. They say 1 million, but it ended up being $1.3 million based off of that call. And there's one more slide. Hold on. There we go. Last night, 53,000 black men gathered in unity and raised 1.3 million in 4 hours for Kamala Harris. The black community is uniting in ways we have not seen in politics before. This is the Black Men for Harris coalition, super PAC. I don't know what you call it, but niggas is pulling up for Kamala. I think to date, I think she raised over $185 million. I think it's over 180, almost $200 million in 24 hours for her presidential run. The Trump camp tried to sue and block her from using the Biden campaign funds for her own funds, but it was a Biden-Harris political run, so she was allowed to utilize those funds. Y'all know, like I know, to run for president, you need money. And I mean not regular money, but big money. In 24 hours, a woman of color, and I'm going to start off by calling her a woman of color, because we're gonna address some things. We're gonna dispel some myths. But as a woman of color, she's able to raise almost $200 million in 24 hours. As a panel, what does that tell you about how people really felt about Joe Biden?
I mean, he dropped out for a reason.
Why Paul drop out?
It was interfering with his nap time.
You know what? Don't do that. He was still going to vote for him, though, right?
Jesus Christ, the back-to-back shots. I'm just like,
I mean, she's not wrong though.
Yeah,
were you excited? No. As women of, and I want to ask you as women of color, were you excited about a Joe Biden second term? as president?
No. No.
What was
Does
there to be
anybody-
excited for?
No. So no. Roxy, how do you feel?
Oh, either way, just I ain't care no thought about it either way.
Okay, that's 4 mess. Now that Kamala Harris is running for president, how do you feel? Is it the same or different?
It's like
I
a
wanna-
twinge
oh, go ahead.
more hopeful.
Why?
So I don't feel like she's gonna drop dead at any moment. No, because like and to Joe Biden's credit, being the president is one of the hardest jobs a motherfucker will ever have to do. It takes a lot of vitality from a person. And my boy didn't have 8 more years. Sis was finna be the
He didn't
president.
have 8 more hours.
Listen, sis was finna be the president one way the fuck or the other. Y'all, you hear me?
I have never been gagged, but Teffy.
Oh man.
I feel like maybe now with Kamala is going to, because a lot of like Democratic voters, myself included, were feeling sort of apathetic like about the election. I feel like she's brought like a new energy, maybe like a more like a revitalized hope to it from what I've been seeing on social media. So I think that's like really great. She would not have been my pick for candidate. I don't think she is a bad pick per se, and she's still head, shoulders, knees, and toes times 10 above Donald Trump. So
real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Neil Creamy Moses for sending us stars. Thank you, love. We appreciate the support. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
Right.
Emphasis on head.
Before we start, I want to set a baseline. I want to set a baseline for our panel. CNN is Democratic. Fox is Republican. This is going to be interesting. For those that are comfortable, could you please speak to what your political affiliation is? BK?
I was gonna let the women go first, but okay. I am a Democrat.
Okay.
Hardcore.
Foxy?
Not affiliate.
Not affiliated. Britt?
Democrat.
LJ?
Yeah, I'm Democrat.
Teffy?
So I am a registered Democrat, only so that I can vote in primaries. I'm actually more of like an independent.
And I'm a nigga.
I knew he was gonna say that. I swear.
Right.
I knew he was gonna say that.
No, and the reason being is because I have never engaged in the political voting process in my life. I have my reasons.
You never voted?
Ever. Also, before you start, I am more knowledgeable, in tune, and affiliated in politics than the average person. And due to that, I have made my own personal and political stance that me and Teffy has debated over the last 6 years as to why I do not engage in the political process as my own fuck you to this sham.
Way more. That
This
hurts.
shit is
so much.
fake, bro. Don't get me started. This is not about
Well, at
me.
least let me enjoy the fake.
No.
Also, his rights aren't being stripped away, and he don't have to be forced into like pregnancy slavery. So,
period.
I'm gonna eat that one.
Ain't nobody
I'm
forcing
gonna
me to do
I'm gonna
shit.
take that one on the chin tonight. Tonight, I will take that one on the chin. You know I wouldn't do. You know I wouldn't do it any other night.
We're gonna have a whole discussion. We're gonna have not on here. We're gonna have a discussion, nigga.
Listen, you don't want this smoke, because
hey, I'm prepared.
By the time I get done talking,
no, because he sets it up like we argue so bad, and I'm not saying we don't, but fundamentally, he and I agree on all of the key points.
Yes, no. But here's the crazy part: if I did engage in politics, y'all be big mad at me because I would have baseline Republican ideologies, but I would vote Democratic just because I don't know what the fuck they doing over there. They ain't the Republicans in Lincoln's era. They're not them black Republicans that signed the Declaration of Independence.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of humans. Okay, that just goes to show that the Democratic Party evolved from what it was, and the Republican Party, unfortunately,
but here, okay.
declined.
I'm gonna just say this from a political standpoint, and then I'm gonna give it back to the ladies because it's really about the discussion with them. Understand this: George Washington, a founding father, also a slave owner and avid racist, said this, that he never wanted and or intended for America to do what? Become a two-party system. What did America become? A two-party system. As a matter of fact, there hasn't been a viable independent candidate since Ross Perot. Fact check me.
Pretty much.
I know my shit, but what I will say is this. I like other democratic societies that have multiple parties. It's not just Democratic and Republican. I think there should be. I truly believe there should be a black political party specifically for the African American agenda. Every nigga needs to get under one banner and push the agendas.
That's supposed to be the job of the Congressional Black Caucus, but they're not a party.
Oh, you mean the overseers? All right, I'm just or the NAACP who still uses color in their name, right? Them niggas,
because they're not just for black people; they're for the advancement of colored.
And that's in lies the issue. Because I'm not going. I said I wasn't going to do this today. At the end of the day, I'm very pro-black. I am all about how do we push equity, not equality, but because I don't believe that America could ever have equality. I think that is
rich and poor. It would never be.
I think that just is not reasonable in the world, not in this world.
Our corporate overlords would never allow it.
So we'll never have equality. But how do we build equity so that at least we don't want to overthrow the government? Okay. But tonight is about how we protect black women. And the reason why I said that was just why Vance Jones brought it up. He said 20,000 black men got on a call, and protect black women was the call sign of the discussion over 1,000 times. Mind you, Kamala Harris has run for president before, and he didn't say that when she ran last time. When you hear a black man say that, and a black man who has defended Republican candidates on CNN, do you think there is a renaissance about to happen with Kamala Harris running as president? Will black men understand the import of protecting black women when the most powerful person in the world essentially could become a black woman?
No.
Damn.
I feel like it's that meme. I don't know if you've seen it where the guy like blows glitter and he's like, whew, like just to make something sound pretty, look pretty.
Yeah, unfortunately, the amount of black men that's here for her doesn't amount to the ignorance of the black men that are spewing a woman would never be president hate.
So I also think it's kind of like a novelty thing. Like they would vote for her based on her blackness, and their own like black pride, but like black men time and again have always chosen the patriarchy over black women. So like, would they vote for her? Sure. Are they going to help us get back Roe v. Wade? Absolutely fucking not.
But then you also have to think about those same
Hold on,
black
BK.
women.
Forgive me. I don't mean to interrupt you. I have to address a comment real quick. Jamal said, wow, nigga, your ancestors was out here getting their ass whipped for you to stay home. Jamal, to that, I retort with, I have put in more time in service to Uncle Sam than damn near any motherfucker I know. I have worked for the federal government for over 20 plus years, and I have done things for my God and country that most people would only dream about. So thank you for the opportunity to vote, ancestors. Also, the very political government that's in place for me to take part in were the reason why you were getting your ass whipped. So yes, I do not engage in a blood-soaked government that's systemically racist and still holds to many of the tenets that kept us oppressed.
But you take the paycheck for holding
Every single fucking week. I'm collecting my great-great-granddaddy's reparation.
Hold them tenants up by working for them and collecting their check.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna get my money. Every time I get my money, I say,
ancestors' wildest dream wiping my ass with these
every
$100 bills.
every time I cash my check, I say, great grandpappy, I got these niggas again. I do as little work as possible to get the most amount of money, just so I can say, this one's for you, great grandpappy. All right, moving on to what we were discussing. Roe v. Wade. That was a big turning point for a lot of women, not just women of color. How big of a deal was overturning Roe v. Wade for you four?
Huge deal.
Yeah.
Huge deal.
Why do you feel that way?
So for me personally, as a woman who has 4 children, 3 that I've birthed myself, and have had an abortion, having someone tell me that I did not have that right to make a decision for myself and for my family and what I felt was best for both my mental health and my situation at the time, that shit doesn't happen to men. Men aren't told you can't make the best decision for yourself. You can go and get a vasectomy at fucking 18 and nobody will question you. Like, for a woman, you got to be married. You got to have 1 girl, 1 boy. You got to, like, it's got to be so many. You got to be over 30. You have to have all these factors in place. So
you still have to have your husband's permission.
Yeah,
exactly. So having Roe v. Wade overturned, I mean, it honestly, it's disgusting. Like, it disgusts me. And I don't think that my body and my choices should be a political antic.
Taffy Wonder, LJ, Roxy, do you agree?
I do.
Oh yeah,
I do. Also, Roe v. Wade is more about like it protects abortion, but also Roe v. Wade fundamentally was about the right to privacy and being able to do what you wanted to your body without other people intruding. And our privacy has been under attack for years now. And like, Roe v. Wade seems like the first slippery stone in what I feel like is going to be a lot more rights being taken away. Like, if y'all niggas think the Patriot Act was bad, now that we don't have Roe v. Wade, it's finna get a lot worse.
It's literally the Handmaid's Tale that's just slowly evolving into,
I want to play a video for you, and it happened to be Kamala Harris who brought it up. I thought this was pertinent, and it actually educated me to something that I never recognized or realized, and it highlights the difference between patriarchy and government.
Can you think of any laws that give government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm happy to answer a more specific question, but
Male versus female.
there are medical procedures
Okay? That the government has the power to make a decision about a man's body?
I thought you were asking about medical procedures
No,
that are unique to men.
I'll repeat the question. Can you think of any laws that give the government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm not thinking of any right now, Senator.
I fact checked this. There is not, nor have there ever been, any U.S. law that governs the medical decisions and or reproductive decisions of any man ever.
Shocking.
When you hear something like that, I guess I don't want to say is it surprising, but do you still feel like you're under some type of patriarchal subjective rule, or do you feel like there has been progress made in 2024?
There's no progress been made in 2024.
Wait, hold on.
What are you talking about?
You can't say no progress.
No, she's right there.
No, like I actually 100% can say no progress.
There is no
like
progress.
Roe v. Wade, like getting like birth control and Obamacare covering birth control was the last major step in reproductive rights in this country, and that was how long ago?
Hold on. I'm you know. Why do I have to always be the one? I am not going to play devil's advocate. What I am going to do is I'm going to challenge some of your views. Are you telling me, and I'm just for clarity's sake, women in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s have the exact same rights as women in 2024?
So that wasn't your original question. You asked that had progress been made in 2024.
Right.
No, not in this year. Over the course of the decades,
I
yes, there has been astronomical progress. However, for reproductive rights, Obama covering like gender affirming care and birth control being a part of like basic human like healthcare rights under Obama, that was the last like big step in reproductive rights. It's been all downhill from here, baby, like newfound glory.
I'll say this. I see the comments from Negus, Afro, Dunda. I don't know who
they're doing a fucking lot.
Yeah, but they're running up the algorithm, so I'm fucking with it. It's okay. Fuck your shit. Teffy Wonder, first, allow me to apologize for not clarifying that question or phrasing that question in a better sense. You're absolutely right. In 2024, I think progress has regressed. Well, I mean, obviously, because of the repealing of Roe v. Wade. BK, as a man, does Roe v. Wade, the repealing of it, does it affect you?
Yes.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, well, I've been working in healthcare since I graduated college, so I'm around patients and people all the time who it affects, and not just them. If one day I decide I'm going to have a child, and if one day her body couldn't carry that child and self-abort it, then she's going to jail over a medical condition that has nothing to do with the fucking government, nothing to do with old ass white men who know nothing about women's bodies.
No, some middle-aged black men help that too. I don't want to just throw it all on white.
I'm getting there. I'm getting to the cool.
I'm getting it quicker because you be long-winded.
I'm getting to the cool. I'm getting to the coons, but the colonizers are the ones who are spearheading, and the coons are the ones who are supporting it because they want acceptance from master. They want to be Samuel Jackson from Django. All I'm gonna say is, like, look, at the end of the day, what the government decides to do with women, they already attacked us. They took away affirmative action as well. But what they decide to do with women, they're gonna get them first, and then they're gonna come for us black men. That 3/5 vote, whatever our rights, they coming for us next. So y'all pay attention. They start with the women first because they think the women are easy and weak. They not. But goons, y'all just keep cooning. You keep cooning. You'll be right there on the sidewalk looking for a job with them.
There's a poem by Martin Niemöller, and it was in reference to the Holocaust. And I've always kept this poem at the forefront of my mind when it comes to empathy to others. The poem goes, first they came for the socialists. I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. They came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Roe v. Wade does not directly impact my personal health or my personal world because I'm a pull-out king. But
There was so much more.
yeah, I had to add that in there. But I'll say this. For men, specifically men of color, you might not think that fight is your fight, but it is absolutely pertinent. When the government can dictate medical procedures, autonomy for your body, I honestly believe in assisted suicide. If a person is at such a dire state of health that they don't want to be here anymore, then suffer through the pain, who are we to tell that person that enough ain't enough? If they have a sound mind and rightness of body and they're tired of living in pain, that's their choice. That's between them and whomever they serve, whether they serve. With that being said, ladies, do you feel like men have the urgency and concern with support when Roe v. Wade was overturned? Wow, yeah, the faces though, but give me the whys. Give me no.
How many men on your timeline said anything about Roe v. Wade?
Yeah. How many men in your office were like, "Oh, damn, Roe v. Wade"?
She got a point.
No.
So hold on. My side nigga association chat. We were all upset. We were all absolutely upset because none of us use condoms, and we were like, "God damn, they're coming for Plan B next. We got to start voting." So we had a meeting. We had a meeting about Plan B. Side nigga association chat.
Already like $50. They gonna make it like more.
I know. They said they're coming for contraceptives.
Yeah. Well, I can.
Well, Roe v. Wade was powered up too. I mean, just saying.
I can tell you guys. So I'm a PK. I'm a pastor's kid, and my bio dad, as soon as it was overturned, decided to post some little stupid ass thing on his feed, like, "Oh, save the children." And I said, "Sir, you have no idea what you're talking about." And so then, of course, he's like, "So did you have an abortion? You know, I counsel so many that have had abortions and they regret it." And then I said, "First of all, again, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're sitting up here on your Christian pedestal, but you're not thinking about this big picture at all. There is a much larger picture. And I mean, I can't have any children, but I also got 2 girls in younger generations below me that I have to think about." And so when we're talking about the men's responses, the one man that actually did respond celebrated it, and celebrated it for his Christian beliefs. Men said absolutely nothing. I even spoke to my dad upstairs, who has raised 4 girls, and he doesn't even get it. He's like, "Well, I mean, you okay?" And I'm like, you have raised 4. You've got 4 grown women, and you don't understand what a big deal this is. And I'm kind of going in a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna go to my room. Like, I'm just gonna leave.
So I'm gonna add something to that, LJ. This is a Senate hearing where the Democrats tried to propose a bill where all Americans will have the right to contraception. The Republicans blocked this bill. Look what the Democrats were asking for.
Every senator must take a stand. If you agree all Americans deserve access to contraception, then vote yes on the Right to Contraception Act. This bill simply says that if you want to access birth control, or if you're a healthcare provider wanting to prescribe birth control, the government has no right to interfere. This is not a show vote. It's a show us who you are vote.
They want to use this as an issue in November to scare people, and they don't want to talk about their own radical record. Instead, they want to falsely claim somebody is coming to take contraception. That is deliberately false.
The yeas are 51, the nays are 39. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to.
They blocked contraception as a right to all Americans.
This is what y'all voting for, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be showing videos like this throughout the night because I feel because you know men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That right there, that was a clear-cut vote on the Senate floor, recorded. It's not subject to speculation, and I thought I heard this. So when they say they're coming for your right to contraception, that's where Roe v. Wade leads into. Okay.
Also, side note, because like I said, Roe v. Wade was about privacy. That also lended into gay marriage as well. Marriage, Roe v. Wade was the basis for getting gay marriage to be legal in this country. And all you white gay Republicans,
they coming for you next.
All you black gay.
It's literally in Project 2025. They coming for you.
Also,
now I wanted to set some precedents because Project 2025 is a very real thing. It has not been endorsed by Donald Trump. It is not. I don't want to say that he's not a part. I know. I listen. I just want to focus on protecting Black women and Kamala Harris because I know where this train.
The United States didn't endorse the genocide.
I know where this train can go. I know where this train can go, but I want to keep it on a very specific track. Because if we get down the top Project 2025 path, that's a whole nother show. Let's just stick to Kamala Harris and why it's pertinent and important that Vance Jones talked about protecting Black women in regards to her presidency. One of the things that Republicans have done immediately once she became a viable candidate was begin a smear campaign. But we're used to that, right? First, they wanted to address her blackness, saying that she's not truly a Black woman.
She's a biracial girl.
She's biracial. They have since drudged up footage of her addressing this on The Breakfast Club. I will play that.
Hit up The Breakfast Club and really open up to Charlamagne and the crew. Kamala specifically addressed her critics who have been questioning her blackness due to the fact that her parents were immigrants born in India and Jamaica. She spent her high school years in Canada and because she's married to a white man. Here's what Kamala had to say.
They're trying to do what has been happening over the last 2 years, which is powerful voices trying to sow hate and division among us. Mm-hmm. And so we need to recognize when we're being played. But I'm Black. Yes. And I'm proud of being Black. Absolutely. And I was born Black. I will die Black. And I'm proud of being Black. And I'm not going to make any excuses for anybody.
So, lady, like Kamala, have you ever had to deal with someone trying to question the authenticity of your race?
Dang, with all this melanin, no, it has never happened to me. It's abundantly clear that I am a Black woman. And I think they only do that with Black people. Like this one thing, first of all, we're not cute enough, perfect enough, all of that. And then when we try to advance, we have to prove that we're Black, which are all the things that they say we shouldn't be. Right. So I'm just confused by it. I don't understand it. And may I say this about my soror, Kamala Harris? She went to Howard University and pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha. You don't get no blacker than that. Yeah. She's Black. Yeah. She's Black. She's Black.
Well, if you're talking about, there's a difference between black people. Black people, because I looked up the term, is used socially for racial classification in certain countries. So she would be black.
I want to take a pause for each person, and I'm going to go down the line, starting with Teffy and ending with Britt. The fact that Kamala Harris is biracial, Indian and Caribbean, and married to a white man, does that impact how you view her as a black woman and as the president of the United States? Starting with Teffy.
No. Like, as a black woman, no. I've had people question my blackness for a lot less. So no, like that's like when people would be like, oh, well, black men married to white women, like they're not less black. Like, if you want us to like be on your side, like you can't have it like both ways. Like, y'all gotta chill, fam. LJ?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. No, I don't. Why? It's so annoying that we have to go through this and prove our blackness. I mean, look at me. My skin tone has never changed, but yet I speak too proper. Like it. You know. All right. I'm sorry. So no, I do not care nor give any fucks.
Same here. Because it's kind of crazy, like how we have to, like you mentioned, how we have to always prove how black we are, and like you mentioned, as far as even down to how we speak. Because I used to get that all the time, especially if I told somebody I was from North Philadelphia. No, you're not. You're from Mount Airy. You got to be from somewhere else. And it's like, what? You know, like how? What is black? What do you expect me to sound like and everything? So no, I don't think it really matters.
Never mind that Mount Airy is literally on the other side of North.
Exactly. Just one more block down and it gets very hood very quick.
Oh, ghetto so fast. That's crazy.
Yes.
Britt.
Apparently I don't look black.
Yeah, that's crazy. You don't
okay.
I mean, I don't think that person is actually black, so it's fine. Britt, what about you?
I completely agree with everything you guys said. I'm in the same boat as a Michigan girly who graduated from Howard University. Being in Michigan and being
HBCU, let's go.
Period.
Yeah.
But being from Michigan and being raised around white people, because I was raised in the suburbs, I was raised around a lot of Jewish people, and I went to all girls Catholic school, all of that. I yearned for culture, which is why I went to Howard. But like, I've always been a dark-skinned nigga, like at heart. But I've had people tell me all the time, yeah, you don't sound black. I used to work at Wendy's when I was 16, and somebody would come through the drive-thru every single day and give me a tip for not sounding black. Like, and it was an older black man.
I'd have whooped his ass. I'm so.
So my own black father, who is the same complexion as Brittany, if not a little bit lighter.
And he a nigga. He is a nigga.
Also told me, "Oh wow, you speak so proper. You speak so well." Like he was like making fun of me for it, and I was like, "All right, nigga, I gotta go." Because at 16, I was like, "Oh, I'm finna cuss out my daddy. I'm finna cuss out my father."
And my father is color with blue eyes. So
let me rephrase this. Does anybody have an issue with it?
Yes, I do.
You have an issue with her being
I love seeing black women
biracial
with white men.
No, I thought you meant, do we have an issue with not being called black enough?
Oh no, that wasn't even my question.
I was about to be like, what the fuck?
No. I have an issue with it.
You have an issue with her being biracial?
I have an issue with her marrying a white man.
Oh.
I
mean.
Oh. Womp womp.
Love is love.
Right. It's the tiniest violin.
my blackity blackness enjoyed seeing the Obamas
absolutely
for 8 years.
Beautiful.
I I do not have an opinion. I do have an opinion. I just won't share it on interracial relationships. I do believe love is love, and as long as it's not a fetish or you're being fetishized, or it's not a kink or a trophy, or a black woman's being used so that you can be more down and find an identity where you find no acceptance with
Or
your
you're
own.
trying to bleach the race, which is crazy.
Yeah. Because prima
Check
nocta.
out that Netflix documentary, The Man with 100 Kids. There are white men who give the sperm bank so they can bleach out.
Yeah. Prima nocta was a act that the English imposed upon its subjects, where lords would be able to sleep with the bride on the first night of her wedding so as to impregnate her with their bloodline over the peasants. That happens in modern day. Today, there are people of multiple races who feel like, I am going to spread my DNA as far and fast as possible. But that's neither here nor there. I think Kamala Harris has somebody who truly loves her, and that's between her, him, and God. But there's something to be said when you start talking about black issues, when you have to struggle with another black man.
But here's the thing, and I'm gonna say it because it is what it is. She has a better chance of winning as a black female with a white husband than she would if she had a black husband.
Listen, has anybody here ever dated somebody Caucasian?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who said it? Roxy and
everybody
Lucy?
but me. Everybody but me.
All right. So let's finish the show.
Oh no, I have. You didn't kick me off. So
oh damn! Oh, no. All right, there we go. All right, now we've balanced the scales. I've shared intimacies with two of my non-black counterparts.
Were they white?
I'm going to say two of my non-black counterparts.
You need to exit yourself off the show now.
Right.
I said what I said. It's either way. I truly believe when you start getting into some people's love lives, but when you're the president of the United States, I think there are some nuances to dealing with black men that, again, Barack Obama, even for all that I enjoyed aesthetically about him being president, I still don't feel like he did anything specific for people of color. I think he did good things for the country.
Who?
I wanted him to do specific good things for black people. I wanted reparations. Go ahead, BK.
First off, he can only do as much as Congress.
Yes, BK. I'm well aware of the put.
So the things that he wanted to do, he
did not put in any new legislation or bills. He didn't even propose anything. So let's not.
No, the senators were doing all of that.
Yeah, the senators.
I understand that, but if he is working with his senators, then he knows what's coming down the pike.
But at the end of the day, it's our job to vote. If the Republicans are in control,
we got a nigga
Should
president.
have just had the fish fry on the lawn. Period.
Some white man would have crucified that man.
Hell, they tried to crucify him for wearing a tan suit.
That's true.
I was one of the people who did the electric slide in front of the White House to tell Bush to get up and back his fence.
The crazy part is
at his inauguration.
The crazy part is they protected Obama and tried to kill Trump.
It was
they
a
would
white.
have tried to kill Obama. They already know it'd have been up. It would have.
If
been
you Google
up.
it, there were assassination attempts on Barack Obama's life. They just weren't like they weren't quite as performative as Trump's.
All right.
Good word. Good word.
Yeah, good word, Tiffany. I want to bring up some things that these leftists are spouting in regards to Kamala Harris, and I want y'all to be informed and educated.
Leftists?
You mean the right?
Right? Who are we?
Right is
Which
Republican.
is the Democrats?
Left.
Okay. Well, the right niggas, the Tea Party niggas, the MAGA niggas. I told you I don't fuck with y'all, either one of y'all. But I want to be accurate. The right has new lingo.
Oh
D,
yeah.
diversity hires. DEI is the new way of calling people nigga.
The new N word.
No, seriously. They're using this term as a means to demean and diminish the qualifications of people of color. It is tantamount to calling them nigga. This is two discussions that were had, and one brings up Kamala Harris's sexual past.
Harris, number one, she has not had her record exploited heavily because people thought and marginalized her. Even in the Democratic Party, they said, man, what a bad choice Joe Biden made. She will not show up for the Prime Minister's joint session of Congress today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that. So that's her decision.
Let's take that first. She went to a colored. I heard that. Listen, I ain't heard a white man say colored. Now, we heard. Did everybody hear him say colored?
Yes.
Let's establish this. Did everybody hear him say colored?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have since retracted it and said he said college.
Sir.
I'm dead ass. Hold on. Let's listen to it again. I'm gonna skip to the end.
Summer, a sorority, a college sorority.
That's it. He said colored.
He said colored.
Colored.
I'm gonna go back.
100%.
A sorority, a college sorority. Like
There has been a Twitter battle about what he actually said.
Because everybody know what the fuck he said.
Is this it?
Everybody know what he said on live. Listen, this damn coon. Oh, I went on. Oh,
yeah.
I
All right,
went
can
to
you read
Twitter.
that? Can you read it for me?
Oh, I went to Twitter on him. I'm the black man. You're so damn dishonest. He said college, but that's all you have. You know bullshit that you advocate only brings death, poverty, and destruction. So our black and don't even say R. I'm not even gonna finish reading your coon ass. Because first of fucking all, you sat there on the couch and then you decided to not raise hell after the fucking camera.
Nigga, I just wanted you to read
there and disrespect
Hey,
fucking sisters of Zeta
TK,
Phi Beta sorority and
Right. I just wanted the nigga to read the tweet. Diversity hire.
Today was so frustrating on social media.
You're such a diversity hire. God damn.
I'm really not. I'm just a nigga that earned his spot. Like,
listen, look, the BK, you're not fun right now. Listen,
Look, he has a job, but granny, he should have just not said nothing.
He should not say
nothing.
nothing.
Just don't say nothing. But he was like, I gotta get paid.
He sat there
and
and
it's the best.
defended him.
Everybody is showing their asses right now.
He literally defended him.
This is another one. This is Wyoming Representative Higman. Intellectually, Kamala is bottom of the barrel and a DEI hire. I just don't think they have anybody else.
Wow.
What are they?
Right.
What
The
was
Democrats.
that?
Democrats, I believe.
Oh, I just meant.
I just want to know how many of them actually has a Juris Doctorate.
Right. I would say, well, how many degrees they got?
What are their credentials?
Right. What's your IQ, babe?
What have you done for this country?
Who are you?
Also,
Thank you.
who are you?
You don't even know here.
Right.
She just woke up this morning looking like that.
For real.
I'm confused.
Babe, you thought that foundation was a good choice. You clearly aren't qualified to speak on a lot of things.
It's giving bleach blonde, bad built, butch back.
Right.
He's living, it rubs lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose.
I just want to point out an example of Van Jones that back in top black being a show of Kamala. That was a perfect example of how they're not going to show up for Kamala.
Yeah.
Now that was that one. Hold on. This was the one that called her past in the question.
DEI press secretary telling you that the DEI vice president is the future of the party here. And so the future looks kind of dim for the Democrats here, but this is no shocker either. Kamala Harris, she's the original Haktua girl. That's the way she got where she is. And the party's going downhill if it's in her hands.
That was tough. That was harsh.
Woo, the original Hop Tour girl.
He trying to appeal to the young crowd, and he sounded stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
He really tried.
Hold on, let me see. Of course, I'm trying to bounce around.
I mean, because we all know who was sucking dick in the president's office, and it wasn't a black woman.
That part.
He did take to Twitter, and he basically was touting that, hey, was I too harsh? I don't think so. Why is it always a man's go-to to bring up the sexual past of a woman to invalidate her legitimacy for anything?
How many of you niggas was licking pussy to get where you was? How many of these men sucked dick to get to the positions they was in? Because Grindr crashed over at the RNC weekend. So let's not act the fuck like bitches is the only one who sucked dick for money.
Y'all crashed the whole app.
Right. For days. How much dick did that boy suck to get on Fox News? Because I'm betting it was more than a little bit.
And just like Asia just said, pull up Trump's past. We know his past. 34 convictions.
Grab him by the pussy.
Grab him by the pussy.
Well, I was just about to say, if we want to talk about Trump's past, I think Kamala said it best. I prosecuted sex predators. Trump is one. I shut down for-profit scam colleges. He ran one. I held big banks accountable. He's owned by them. I am not just prepared to take on Trump. I'm prepared to be him. Bold
You got a prosecutor versus a convicted felon.
Wow, that's a show to watch right there.
Let me tell you, this about to be a good debate. I can't wait for this debate.
Did you know he dropped out?
He dropped out of it.
Yeah,
He
he's
did?
refusing
Because he
to
know he
debate
can't
her.
win.
He dropped out of
Because
that.
now he's the old white man struggling to find words.
He ain't got no dirt on her.
So I guess for you ladies, this panel, if Kamala Harris becomes president, is this more impactful than when Obama became president?
I'm gonna say, can I say something?
Of course you can.
I'm gonna say yes and no. The reason why I'm saying yes and no is because look what we've had in our timeline since we've all, we're all here. Being Black, being a female, these were things we saw in the movies. It was make-believe. And now it's real and it's really happening. Everything as far as what Kamala does, we'll have to see. There's no crystal ball here to show how well or how bad or whatever is going to happen in the next 4 or 8 years. But the fact that we're in the time frame that we are to see these things actually come to light, and it's not something that someone written down in a playwright, that's pretty dope.
I'm here for it. How about the rest of you ladies?
Go ahead, Brett.
I was just gonna say I agree with Roxy. Like I feel like both are monumental, but having a Black woman, because like you always say, we are the most marginalized and essentially like shit on group of people. It's beautiful to see that be the face, whatever that means. I'm here for it. Would she be the one I pick? No, but is she the one that's running and that's my option? That's what I'm going for.
I think it's a lot of people. I'm not voting for a person. I'm voting against Donald Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel protected by Black men?
Sir,
Depends on the day.
Depends on the man.
And the day and the time and
As
the
a
location.
Do Black men, as a general statement, protect Black women?
I want to say this. I feel like it's one of those eventuallys. The younger generation, I feel like, of Black men, because some of them were raised by television or whatever they raised by, view women and young ladies or whatnot as hoes, bitches, whatever, and it doesn't make it any better that some of the young girls are, saying, yeah, hey, what's up, and responding to that. Now, the eventually is the men that grew up, got into their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and maybe have that change of thought, life changes happen, whatever, and it's like, okay, they're seeing things a little different. That's just my opinion of it.
Okay.
So I think it's like that.
Okay. What do men of color need to do to help women of color feel safer?
Listen. They need to listen more. And I mean, like, okay, I've heard the comments from some men, they'll say, well, we don't know how to read minds. You got to open up your mouth and speak and whatever. And a lot of times we do, but it's because it's not what you want to hear or how we might say it. Oh, you're being too emotional. Just listen. Don't get on the defense when you might hear our voice raise up a couple decibels and everything. If we ready to attack us and everything, just listen, because we'll listen to you. We'll listen. We'll try to nurture. We'll do all these different things, but hear us out. Hear when we're talking about having that moment that if we're not feeling like we want to be cuddled and all those different things, and we just want to vent and tell you what happened today and tell you how we're feeling. Don't just brush it off or gaslight it like, oh, well, that's just, you need to just go take something, or you just need to chill, or just kind of blow it off because you're not sure how to deal with your own issues. Maybe look inside yourself too. Get some help if you're dealing with any kind of issues personally, so you can know how to properly treat a woman. So if you treat yourself right, you'll know how to treat her right too, mentally and emotionally and things. So I think it starts with that. Being honest.
Anybody else?
I just wanted to clarify.
No, nigga. That didn't mean you.
No, I wanted to clarify your question because we were talking.
Wait for the women.
I know. I wanted to clarify before they answer. Because
hush. Just wait.
The question is not clarified.
God damn. No, wait. Let the women talk. Is there any more from the women? Go ahead, B.
I was saying, because your question was talking initially, we were talking about Black men treating Black women, and then you switched to men of color and women of color. I wanted to clarify, did you want to really talk
exactly
about
what I meant?
Okay, so you meant all minorities,
not
just Black, because Roxy answer almost kind of sounded almost just Black, but I just wanted to clarify. Understanding.
I meant exactly. I wanted it broader. I wanted it broader because it's a broader spectrum, because it's not just Black women who feel this way. Hispanic women feel this way. Hindu, Indian, Asian. It's an overlapping issue with patriarchy, even though this issue in particular is a little bit closer to home because we're Black.
I think it's more like, I'm sorry. I think I agree with Foxy. I think that a lot of it is more stop gatekeeping. And especially when it comes to the situations that, even just going back to the Roe versus Wade, you're assuming that because it doesn't affect you, or just even things in general, just don't gatekeep it. We're here. There's a reason why we feel these things. There's a reason why we're saying these things. And in that moment, your opinion about it doesn't matter. I feel like it's more of just the gatekeeping answers, and even coming off defensive if we question anything about you or you take it personally. Shut up.
Is there anything Black women can do to help Black men better understand how to protect them?
Marry white men.
All right, folks. We get ready to wrap it up. Welcome to the Head Nerds in Charge. We really appreciate everybody coming out. Teffy Wonder is now on UNAB.
Bye.
We'll take it.
That's an all-star pickup. But nah, Teffy.
I was like, first of all,
wait a minute. Hold on. For real though. So
wait, well, okay, wait. Repeat your question. No. Repeat your question.
Let me make it a little bit more personal. I love I genuinely think that the four of you know, between me and BK, and I'm going to include BK because I know he has the same affections and affinities for y'all that I do. We love y'all. I feel like you feel safe around us, but there is always room for improvement. How can we, specifically me and BK and the men of Head Nerds in Charge, do better in protecting the women that we directly are in contact with and associated with? Let's make it personal. Not Teffy's face like, fuck you niggas. I don't want.
First of all,
it's Teffy's face for me. She was like,
no, because you're not gonna like my answer. You're not. Stop making jokes at our expense. Stop even in a joking manner. Don't treat our.
All right, let's wrap that shit up.
Damn.
I did it.
But that's indicative of the problem.
I get it. Come on, man. That shit's funny.
Actually, go to therapy and stop like treating us like, stop like having us be stand-ins for your mothers that you fucking hate.
That's BK.
That's BK.
Nigga, you need to be pointing that finger back at you sometimes too.
I'm in therapy. I'm good.
I'm saying stop.
I'll eat that.
Looking to us to fix the issues with like the females, family members who failed you in your lives. Stop acting like you really about that life when you know that you couldn't do shit without a woman the fuck behind you, and that at every turn, no matter how much you hated her, a woman like propped you up in some way. Like, yeah, some of y'all gotta fucking just fucking chill. And also, like, don't treat us like we be nagging you when you ask us to do stuff for you. Like, nigga, you the one who want me to be here and not leave you, not the other way the fuck around. Because again, I can go other places and be not the fuck appreciated without having to waste my motherfucking time and money.
So let's not get personal again.
You asked.
A little less personal.
No, I love it. That's right. No.
All right, so what can I do to improve?
No, that was about both of us. Fuck you. You in that shit too.
Stop objectifying us. We objectify ourselves for our own gain, and it's because we want to, because we feel empowered. When you do it, it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, BK. Anybody else?
I just wanted to say, in general, give us as Black women the same safe space that we, and I can't speak on behalf of every Black woman, but we extend to you. Allow us to be ourselves completely and not have to censor ourselves or be less aggressive or whatever the case may be. For the first time last weekend, I was called aggressive when I wasn't being aggressive, and I was very, very perplexed. I was also intoxicated, but my intention was never to be aggressive. And when I was being told by people that I care about that I was coming off aggressive, it hurt my feelings, because I was like, I'm just trying to have fun like everybody else. And I'm being labeled as something that I'm not. I don't even feel that way. Like I'm not even addressing a topic in which aggressiveness is the word to use.
Yeah. I no longer even accept the criticism that I am aggressive, because no one would ever say that about a man. So when people be like, wow, that seems really aggressive, I'm like, am I intimidating, or are you intimidated by me? Because one of those is a you problem. Because if you wouldn't say that about a man, then I'm pretty sure it's a you problem. And I'm flattered that you are intimidated by me, but I'm gonna need you to go to therapy and fucking unpack that.
It's a very hard thing to be told about yourself. It's a very hard thing to be told about yourself without the ability to retort to what someone is saying. Far too long, I truly believe that women of color, and more specifically Black women, have had to tiptoe around the egos of Black men. If we as Black men want to do better, much like Foxy Rocks and Teffy and LJ and Britt have accentuated throughout this discussion. We got to shut the fuck up and not just hear what's being said, but listen. I just allowed myself to be the sacrificial lamb by no other than the heavyweight hitter Teffy Wonder. and I want to speak to I want to be genuine. I want to speak to feelings. I want to be, if anything, H and I said that shit. I absolutely want to be like, who the fuck you talking to? But you got to be quiet. You have to hear. And I think for a lot of men, we don't hear. We act on what we think we know. We act on what we assume is the fix to a problem. And then we find out we are interjecting ourselves in spaces and places where really you need to let them women work that out. And if they call for you, then you support them. And you don't support by taking the reins. You support in the way that they tell you how to support. I think I've said this time and time again. I do not understand women's issues until I put it in terms of race and how a black man feels to his supposed oppressor and superior white men. How a black man feels underneath the boot of a white man is how black women feel against the boot of all men. BK? Go ahead, Britt.
I would also say to stop looking at them as women's issues and look at them as black issues, because we are equally black as we are women. So if black men could ally for our issues as a community, because they're issues that affect us as black
people. Right, because they're not, at the end of the day, they're not necessarily women's issues. They are human. These are human rights violations.
Okay. I agree with that, because I think a lot of those from the LGBTQ plus community say that, like, stop excluding our issues as though they're just indicative to us when they're really for everybody.
Basic rights.
Basic rights. Yes. Thank you, BK. Yes, basic rights for all.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please, by all means, Rex.
Yeah, one other thing I just wanted to throw in too, as far as understanding us and everything, is just basically wanting to, making it an open decision to want to, and want to not because, okay, I just want to do this so that way I can understand when she's nagging or whatever. Want to out of love and appreciation and respect for women. Because granted, you're going to get that in return tenfold. We understand for the most part, how in the household or whatever, however way people understand it. Yeah, men are the leaders or whatever the case is, and that whole submissive thing or whatever. But it's something that you earn, and you earn it from listening. You earn it from wanting to be there and be present. And that all comes as a reflection of love for that woman. And that's how you go about protecting her. And in turn, she can go ahead and protect you. And if you have a family together, y'all protect that family as a unit.
And I to piggyback on what Roxy said, also protect women you don't want to fuck.
Yeah. Right.
Protect women you're not.
Protect women who reject you.
Oof. Yeah, that's a real one.
Right.
No, and protect women you don't even like. I do not like Candace Owens as a human being, but I would not allow her to be disrespected in front of me. I would not allow a man to put his hands on her in front of me. There's a certain modicum of, like Teffy said, human rights issues. I do not feel like all things are equal with men and women, but I do feel like things can be equitable. Absolutely. If you as a man get punched in the mouth, you just got punched in the mouth. That's between you and that man. If a woman gets punched in the mouth by a man, I am going to act. And it's just how I've been raised. I'm not saying that it's fair. I won't jump into two men fighting, but I absolutely will interject into a woman and a man fighting. There are just certain, I'm old school, and there are just certain key things. I hold open doors, be respectful, raise the seats, be courteous. I know people try to talk about gender equality, but there are just still certain things that I still hold on to. That's just the way I feel about it. But all in all, I think at the end of the day, life is hard enough. Malcolm X said it best. Black women are the most disrespected and denigrated individuals on the earth. And it has not changed. And we now have one running for the highest office on earth. So when the question comes up, will you protect Black women? Your answer is a lot. Go ahead, Tess.
Also, to let y'all know, just because I dug into their ass, for the most part, HNIC men allow us to be feminine and to be our most feminine, wild, unhinged selves without a lot of judgment. So
can I say something? I appreciate you saying that. Also, you didn't have to. And I'm only saying that for me. Because you know why? I know y'all well enough to know that even if I think I'm doing okay, I can be better. And if you tell me in a way that, okay, I feel safe around you, but I could feel safer. See, because unfortunately, we got a lot of good Black men that's running around here, but you're not always good Black men all the time. I'm not. I'll be the first one to admit I ain't shit sometimes. Most times. A lot of times, but that's none of your goddamn business, all right? But one of the things that I enjoy most about me and Teffy's dynamic, in which we share a form of equity and equality, even within our organization, is I often defer and entreat her viewpoint on things. A lot of y'all might not know this, but I'm the softer one, even though most people don't think that way. And Teffy's the hammer. She don't fucking play. You cannot grow anything without Black women. And I did that. This is just my personal bias and opinion. You can't grow shit without Black women. And Teffy she wasn't wrong. Black women have propped up every great person, man, society, political party, government. Black women got their hands in all of that shit. I can tell you without any hesitation the contributions of each one of these women in this chat right now, in particular, to the growth and betterment of just my personal organization. And I'm sure that most of you could have a story similar in your own personal lives. But yet they don't feel safe all the time. And I worry about when they're not around me. And that's a wild thought. That's a wild thought. Whew. I was going to get into, I'm not going to get into it because it's too heavy and emotionally, I don't think I can handle it. But I would be remiss if I did not speak on Sonia Massey, who was murdered, and I do mean murdered, execution style, by Sean Grayson, who was a sheriff's deputy. We're not going to play the video. We're not going to have any prolonged discussion on it. I just want to say that our heart and love goes out to their family. And I hope to God for once justice is served, because that woman of color called the proper authorities for protection, and it ended with them taking her life. Protect Black women. Follow us on all social medias. Y'all already know where to lock in with us. LJ Phoenix, BK, Teffy Wonder, Foxy Roxy, and Brittany from the UNAB. Thank you for joining us tonight. We noticed a little bit of an early one, but life be life, and then we started late, so forgive us. But I want you to really take this conversation, marinate on it, meditate on it, and really think about a call to action of men of color to say to yourselves, even if I think I'm okay, how can I be better? And to sit down with more than one woman of color in your life, one that you may be romantically inclined to and one that you're not, and have a discussion with them on how we can be better. We'll see you next week.